With the date for the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, CHOGM in Colombo drawing closer, the dilemma continues whether the Prime Minister should go or not go. The Congress core group is meeting shortly to discuss that issue. On the diplomatic level, there is pressure on the Prime Minister to attend that summit in Sri Lanka, but Tamil parties and their leaders are raising the red flag over India and the Prime Minister not going to Lanka. And they say that the centre cannot overlook human rights violations by the Lankan government. The DMK has raised the level of its threat to the government. It has warned that if the Prime Minister goes to Sri Lanka, it will withdraw outside support to the government. Our correspondent Priyamvada now joins me on the phone line. Priyamvada, this is the ultimate weapon being used by the DMK to stall that visit of the Prime Minister to Sri Lanka.
Well, DMK has already tried this last time, and remember, only after DMK pressurized the Indian government to vote against Sri Lanka at the UNHRC, India voted against Sri Lanka, and even then Karunanidhi had walked out of the alliance. And right now, this is the next weapon, probably the final weapon ahead of the 2014 Lok Sabha elections Karunanidhi has taken up here. My sources in the DMK are confirming that DMK will withdraw the outside support for Congress if Prime Minister attends CHOGM.
Priyamvada, do stay with me. We also have political editor Karthikeya Sharma joining me live from New Delhi. Karthikeya, the centre can no longer try and balance regional sensitivities and as well as geopolitical interests. Now they have to take a stand. There are very few days left for that visit if that happens, if the Prime Minister goes to Sri Lanka.
It's a very tricky situation for the Prime Minister. It's an election year. It's not about whether DMK withdraws the support or not. Even if they withdraw the support, elections will be held on time, because any government will get 6 months to organize the election. No government will go away in 2 months and will not have elections. Now the issue is, now in case the Prime Minister goes, what happens to Congress in Tamil Nadu? In Tamil Nadu, Congress has its share, which is 12 to 13%. Now without Congress, other parties might feel the pinch, which is DMK in this case. But they are the substantial parties. They'll have their say. And Congress will be left without an alliance partner. And DMK will have choices to make then. And I think that's the bigger issue. For Congress, it's not whether the government is going to survive or not, because government will survive, Vedika. The issue is what will be the electoral repercussion. And for the Congress party in future, and for itself in 2014, which is short term, Lok Sabha elections. I think that's the choice which the Congress President Prime Minister will make in today's core group.
Also, Karthikeya, despite the diplomatic pressure for the Prime Minister to go to Sri Lanka, this decision will be a purely political one.
Oh yes, it's going to be a political one, because there are ministers in the government who feel that Congress will be wiped out, or whatever little remains of Congress party in Tamil Nadu. So it's about whether you'll be relevant politically in a state or not. But then, can our diplomatic initiatives be held hostage for domestic compulsions, for domestic political compulsions? It's the same LTTE which assassinated former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. So the matter is very intricate. It has a number of nuances. It's very layered, and government will have to actually think twice about it, whether they are going to cede that space to other countries like China, who are gaining upper hand in terms of influence in Sri Lanka. So it's a very nuanced issue, and I think government will have to take a comprehensive call. The call will be whether they stay relevant in Tamil Nadu, or what happens to our diplomatic initiative in our own neighborhood, in our own backyard.
Priyamvada is also still with us. Priyamvada, the DMK will be looking at this meeting very closely and the outcome of it over CHOGM.
Well, for the DMK, again, it's a political game. For the 2014 election, Karunanidhi wants to come out as the champion for Tamil's causes. Already he has established amongst the people here in Tamil Nadu that he walked out of the alliance only for the Tamil issue, so he will definitely be going to people with that. And now when he withdraws his support for this issue, again he'll go back to people. Karunanidhi and his people will go back to the mass and say that they have withdrawn support. They are not interested in politics or in alliance drama, but they are fighting for the cause of Tamil. That is exactly the image that Karunanidhi wants to get. And talking about alliance, definitely even the local Congress leaders are not keen on Prime Minister attending CHOGM. That is why we saw Vasan, P. Chidambaram, Jayanti Subhajan, all of them urging Prime Minister not to go to CHOGM because they have to come back to Tamil Nadu here to seek oaths. And it's also about the alliance. Of course, Congress is now weighing the options, my sources are telling, to see if they could forge alliance with actor-turned-politician Vijaykanth D and JK. But all of them are working out the combination. But beyond alliances, it's also about going back to the people. And definitely the local Congress leaders are in no mood to go back to people as betrayers, like how they will be projected by the Dravidian parties here.
All right, Priyamvada and Karthikeya, thank you so much for joining us on the big story. Of course, we will keep a keen eye on it. All eyes will be on whether the Prime Minister actually goes to Sri Lanka despite the political pressure and the diplomatic pressure which now says he must go to Lanka.